if you're in Boeing, you better sell right now. This is Kramer. This is what on earth is he doing? He is strongly bullish on Boeing, and this is the exact time where it just literally just completely just tanked. They had earnings. There was earnings, um, and I don't think they hit. They did not hit with earnings. But he is still. I don't know if he's just memeing. If you guys know the meme, it's if Kramer's bullish, you go opposite, right? And but this is just a video where I wanted to talk about this a little bit, and I want to also just briefly cover my support resistance. And so we had some mixed results this morning with the support resistance scanner, and basically what the scanner does is it'll take trades based on support or resistance zones, and then we'll get it alerted here on the scanner. So it was on 11 in a row yesterday. So the 11 in a row, this was 12, and we finally broke it. So we finally broke it on this gold trade. What was interesting is we were in a gold pretty much hedging almost. This was a gold sell, but then this was this GDX hit. It was a really nice GDX trade. So I just wanted to talk about that. We are crushing it with the scanners that we are providing. So we have a triangle scanner, we have a support resistance scanner. You can learn all about those in this description if you want to know more about those. But I wanted to take this time to put this out there here because we are literally sitting at all-time highs. Just a crazy run up, All the momentum in the world is going on right now, and I don't know about you guys, something feels off, and so we're getting stuff like this. SPY is now 3 gaps, and I'm not the biggest. I don't know, gaps. I mean, yeah, they do matter, but I'm not the biggest gap trader out there. I don't really think it matters all that much until it starts to kind of come in. Then maybe that's a good level to at least watch. I always like looking at levels like this, at least at the very top of it. But nonetheless, the S&P is just on this crazy run up. We had this very strong sell candle here, and you guys know me. I'm very bullish all the time. But there's just today, even this morning, I was even just looking at some guys that are just notorious bears, where they're literally the market could be like, just going like this, which is kind of has been, and they will always be bearish. Well, some of them, just a couple of them, have turned. They're actually kind of optimistic. They're bullish, and so that's kind of a signal. That's kind of like that's kind of an alarm bell to me. That's an alarm bell. Then you go on social media, and you'll see the S&P 500 trending. People are searching the S&P, seeing what's up, and that's an alarm bell. So there's just a bunch of little things. It kind of reminds me of what happened here with gold. Just an absolute, just a crazy run up, and just all the way up here. There's people lining up trying to get gold bars. They're trying to buy gold. They're searching. All Google searches are just going crazy, and then sure enough, it just come back to reality. And I'm not saying that's going to happen on the S&P 500 here, and with all because there's a lot of great stocks in the S&P 500. But you have to keep an eye on these parallel trend lines here, because if we start to kind of come into this a little bit, yes, we do have those gaps, but then this is just a very strong parallel, which honestly isn't even all that far. It's not like it's something where I'm absolutely just saying the market is going to fall 20%. But I can see something maybe in the works where we saw this, just a panic sell. I mean, there's too much good. There's too many bulls right now. There's too much of a good thing, and whenever that happens, notoriously that that things will usually swing in a hurry. So my prediction here is that we could see a little bit of a pullback here. maybe this week, and I could even see it being done in 1 or 2 days. And so essentially, it could just be a strong, just 1 or 2 days, and then we kind of go back into it. Just because these levels right here, this just seems like it just makes way too much sense for a little bit of a pullback on the day. And I don't know. I mean, a 2% on a day is a little bit crazy, but what isn't crazy is maybe in 2 or 3 days, right? So even if it's maybe not the end of this week, but it could be next week. So that's the way I see it, where it could potentially, and again, I could obviously be wrong, but to me, there is too many bulls. There's too much uncertainty. The government is still shut down. Um, there's just a lot of there's still a lot of negatives, even with all the markets just going up. And there is something else that I noticed, is that the VIX is starting to kind of trickle on up here the last 3 days. So the markets are going up, gold's going up, VIX is going up. Um, I don't know. It just seems a little bit off to me. And again, I very well could be wrong. But the QQQ, S&P, it's just literally just a strong, and again, we need to celebrate that, because that is absolutely amazing. It's you love to see it. You do love to see it, but there is a reality, right? You have to be mindful of that, and look at Nvidia, right? Nvidia is, and it's already starting to turn. And I think if Nvidia goes, the market goes. I think that if Nvidia goes down here and it starts to just kind of, especially because there is earnings here, so it'll probably come back to reality before earnings. Then we'll see from there. But we'll see. But I wanted to put this video out there, and usually, last week I was very, very bullish on this, or when was this? On 2 weeks ago, where I did a couple of videos where I was like, listen, this hit this trend line here. Like, let's chill out until we kind of confirm some stuff. And sure enough, it was fine, and everything just continued to go back on up. But now we are here back all time highs, and we'll see what the next few days bring here. But you know what? It doesn't matter up or down, because I got my support and resistance scanner over here. So we have trades. So let's just go ahead and look at the last. So the UNH. The UNH was actually a really nice breakout here. It was a buy signal. So actually, this might be one that could be turning. And again, we had earnings Tuesday, so but very much, this is a very strong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles down now. So that could be something interesting. And the GDX, this was a really solid move up. So we could continue to see potentially gold move up. That's a nice little level right there. I think it'll probably end up holding this if it does want to break that. So anyways, keep an eye on the markets. I'll keep watching the markets, and it is what it is. If it does go down, hopefully not. Again, I like these bullish markets. I really do. But it's just, there's too many folks out there bullish. And so when you see that, just be mindful. All right, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.